We're in Princeton for the opening round of the Ivy League softball tournament where Harvard and Columbia meet in the 2-versus-3 matchup. It's the fourth time in 6 days the Crimson and Lions square off, but this time we are in postseason play. Harvard and Columbia are coming up next on the Ivy League on ESPN. Let's take a quick look at the bracket. Princeton defeating Brown in a thriller 7-5. Columbia playing Harvard here. 3 games tomorrow, potentially 2 on Saturday to determine the champion in the Ivy League. And we welcome you here to Cynthia Paul Field alongside Cindy Cohen. I'm Simon Rosenwasser. Well, Harvard has really been the standard of consistency in the Ivy League. Cindy, think about this. Every year since 2007, Harvard has finished first or second in the Ivy League regular season, so that's why they're the 2 seed here this year in the Ivy League tournament. Columbia's had a great year offensively, but also in the circle.
And they approach this differently from last week. And Coach Rohn said the seeding was important to them. Coach Teague said, we know we're going to see each other, so we're going to try to manipulate who plays now, know we're going to see each other a week later.
A lot of great players in this matchup, including the Ivy League Pitcher of the Year, also the Ivy League Rookie of the Year, Mads Lawson.
Mads Lawson, I can't wait to see her throw in person. She's a super freshman. Her numbers will tell you all you need to know, 13-7, but it's a 2.39 ERA, 4 shutouts, 17 complete games, and averages almost a strikeout an inning. She throws all the pitches. She has pinpoint control, but it's her high softball IQ that make the sky the limit.
A program-changing kind of talent, which Harvard also has. On the other side, it is Sophie Sun, the junior from Austin, Texas, first-team All-Ivy, a historic Harvard bat.
I love watching her hit. I mean, Sun comes in, her numbers are eye-popping, 404 batting average, 13 home runs, 51 RBIs, over 1,200 OPS, including that 740 slugging, and only 10 strikeouts in 146 at-bats. This first team All-Ivy is always trying to get better. She's always looking, at film and trying to figure out how she can be an elite athlete, and she surely is.
Well, a great matchup between Harvard and Columbia in the first round of the Ivy League softball tournament. Lions and Crimson ready to do battle. Coming up next. The number 3 seed Columbia Lions enter 20-21 overall, 12-9 in the Ivy League. Opening here against Harvard, Eleni Katsavalis will be hitting first. Then it's Kayleen Nguyen hitting second. Sarah McCamey hitting third. Juju O'Brien having a phenomenal season in the cleanup spot. And it's Alicia Marzuka, Tatum Hubble, Peyton Szymanski, Savannah Messner, Kira Mason under head coach Jennifer Teague in her 12th season. And Ryan Grace was supposed to start, but that's actually Nicolette Hunter. So, Cindy, you can actually explain this better than anyone. You've got Ryan Grace, who is scheduled to start, but it's Nicolette Hunter who is in the order as a hitter, and now she's in the circle actually starting the game. So what's the reason for that from head coach Jenny Rohn?
So Nicolette Hunter is listed as the designated player and Ryan Grace as the pitcher. The only reason you're doing that is Grace can enter the game if they decide to make a change. You haven't changed the batting order, and she's considered a starter. Therefore, you could then even pull her out one time and put her back in. It's a little different.
First pitch swinging and a base hit for Eleni Katsavalis. So we are off and swinging here in game number 2 of the day.
And that's exactly how Columbia wants to get started. Little ball right through the 4-hole, and we have our first hit of the game.
So it brings up Kayleen Wynn. So Wynn, who does it all for Columbia softball.
Is used as a designated player a lot, but is also a really good relief pitcher in that she only takes 10 minutes to warm up, and that is not typical.
Gets the punt down, and the play is made. So that's Zisik over to first base, where Alexa Muller is playing for the Harvard Crimson. And there's a runner in scoring position as Katsavalis moves over to second. And Sarah McCamey, the second-team All-Ivy first baseman, steps up.
So you have 2 pitches, and there's already a lot of action. Get a first pitch hit, first pitch bunt, and we have a runner in scoring position for Columbia.
Again, the 4th time that these 2 teams have matched up in the last 6 days. A hard-fought series, which did have tournament implications. The last series of the regular season for both squads.
Great drop there by Hunter. Down and in, really good pitcher's pitch.
Harvard took 2 of 3 in that series, but Cindy, as you mentioned, 2 different approaches as Columbia kind of had their sights set on the tournament already, as Hunter delivers and it's quickly 0-2. Harvard, they were really gunning for that number 2 seed. We talked about how they have finished top 2 every year in the regular season since 2007, so there's a lot of pride on that Crimson side for finishing as a top 2 seed in the tournament.
I'm sorry, Coach Rohn takes a lot of pride in the legacy and the history of Harvard softball, and that 2 seed was important to them, and they got it.
Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss. Nice pitch from Hunter to get the talented Sarah McCamey out. There's 2 outs. Let's take a look at the Harvard defense. Zisik at third, Sophie Sun at short, Finley Payne at second, Alexa Muller at first, Quinn Salazar Stewart behind the plate. Forbes, All-Ivy center fielder Audrey Salazi, and Elena Weinsheimer in right field for head coach Jenny Rohn. Taking over for the longtime head coach Jenny Allard, who you coached against.
I did. Hall of Fame coach Jenny Allard,
Sure
who
is.
did an awesome job establishing and then maintaining a real tradition of success for Harvard.
Jenny Rohn was an assistant coach under Coach Allard. As this one is fair down the line, and coming in to score is Eleni Katsavalis, Juju O'Brien with the opening RBI for Columbia.
And she turns on that ball, quick hands, quick bat, deepest part of the field in left, and there's just nothing Messner can do about that. First run of the day, well, first run of this game anyhow, goes to the Columbia Lions.
Juju O'Brien, the sophomore from Manhattan Beach, California. Second team All-Ivy shortstop, and she was a big piece for Columbia a year ago, no doubt about it. It's helpful that her name is Juju because she is bringing that great energy to Columbia softball and a great start to her Ivy League tournament in 2026. You could see that there was already a little bit of movement in that Harvard bullpen. We talked about Ryan Grace. That was Riley Flynn who was warming up for Harvard, who Yeah, they can go 3 or 4 deep as well, the Crimson. 2 hits for Columbia here in the opening inning. It's Alicia Marzuka, sophomore from Palm Beach, Florida. 261 average.
Has some power, 6 home runs already. Like I'm acting like the spring has just started, but it sort of feels like it weather-wise.
A0-1 is inside. Part of that sophomore group for Columbia, Cindy. We're responsible for 21 of Columbia's 40 home runs this season.
Yeah, a really good sophomore class, and Jen Teague is so happy about the future, too. Talked about some future recruits, that the Columbia program is in really good stead right now.
Marzuka gets a hold of this one, but it'll be on the wrong side of the foul pole. This one was long gone, and if the first game is any indication, Cindy, we might be seeing some long fly balls to left field. We saw 3 home runs in that first game. 2 of them went deep to the yard and left.
Very deep, and that ball cleared by a lot. And look, my flag report is early. It's blowing straight out. So, yep, might see some long balls in this second game.
1-2 to Marzuka, up the middle, that's a hit. Jen Teague is gonna send the runner, and Juju O'Brien scores. Moving up to second is Alicia Marzuka. And Columbia comes out firing here in the top of the first.
And Marzuka just hits that ball right up the middle, does a good job, little up and out. Just really fine job, a piece of hitting. And there's nothing that Salazi can do about that. That's a hit all the way. O'Brien was, nope, not O'Brien. Who was on base and scored?
Oh, that was Juju
Oh,
O'Brien.
Juju O'Brien
Yeah,
was
you're
going.
right. Trust your gut.
Yeah, I trust my gut. O'Brien was going all the way.
Here's Tatum Hubble, using Jack Johnson as her walk-up song. Cali vibes from Hubble.
And Hubble is behind the plate. Coach Lawson couldn't have spoken more highly. Actually, all of the coaches spoke so highly of their catchers. You know, it's not a surprise that all of these programs have really good pitching, and a really good catcher makes a pitcher great.
The 1-0 to Hubble is in there for a strike. Hubble, who as a catcher, of course, has a very good sense of the strike zone. Didn't quite agree with that call, but the junior will take it.
Major League, I think she would have been tapping her helmet to have a little replay.
ABS.
Yeah,
we don't quite have that.
there.
We do have official review in this tournament, worth noting. So 1-1 pitch, swing and a miss. So all of the angles that you'll see provided by our fine crew here in Princeton. The umpires will have the benefit of seeing those if an appeal is granted.
Hunter, really good pitch, down and away, jumps in front, 1-2 on the count.
Hubble takes outside.
So both teams want the exact opposite. Harvard wants to set this down, 2 outs, get in the box, limit the damage to 2. Columbia's looking to add on here with a runner in scoring position.
2-2, 2 outs to Tatum Hubble. 3-2. With a base open, you have Peyton Szymanski, who's on deck. So Nicolette Hunter in a little bit of trouble here in the first inning. Trying to keep things within reason and allow those Harvard bats, which has provided damage throughout the season, to respond. To short, and the play made. 2 runs in the inning. Sophie Sun throws out Tatum Hubble to finish up here in the first, but 2 across for the Lions. Katsavalis and O'Brien score for Columbia, and we go to the bottom of the first inning.
Being at an Ivy League school, it certainly is more than possible to be both an exceptional student as well as excel in the sport that you choose to pursue.
I get to sit in a classroom with wrestlers who go compete at a national level, hockey players who are making it to championships. To watch them succeed, at a national level, it's pretty incredible.
I don't think I would be where I'm at if I went anywhere else. It's been really fun for me to just challenge myself and make it to those events and perform and show people that Princeton is a good golf school and you can come here and have all your dreams come true.
Very fulfilling, very rewarding. I feel like you're at a world-class level in multiple fields.
All these schools have been around for a while. Just kind of getting to see Ivy League put on a national stage is just very, very cool to me.
But now I think people are paying a lot more attention to what the Ivy League is capable of and putting some more respect on the league.
There's been a lot of success in the Ivy League, and the Ivy League is going to be on the big stage more and more often, and I'm excited for that.
Here's the starting lineup for the Harvard Crimson. A lot of the same names that we saw from last year, Cindy. Finley Payne, Sophie Sun, Audrey Salazi, Quinn Salazar-Stewart at the top, but Hannah Zeisik also having a great year in that 5-hole. Your expectations for this lineup?
They can hit the ball, and Coach Rohn said, if we play our game, we can beat anybody. We're looking for that kind of consistency so that we can attack and go after it. Now, look, they know each other. They had the opportunity to see Mads last week for 12 innings. The goal going in for Columbia was to limit it to 1 game. But Mads Lawson ended up throwing the first game, which ended up being many extra innings. Yeah. And then she sat her down for the rest and played some different people.
Harvard feels like they can beat anybody, but Mads Lawson isn't just anyone. This is a really talented pitcher, a program-defining kind of talent. The Ivy League Pitcher of the Year, leading the Ivy League in ERA, WHIP, second in the Ivy in strikeouts. To do this as a first year, nothing short of remarkable. And come tournament time, you really just need to have that one big arm to carry your team to success. If Brown's success last year is any indication, Alexis Guevara got hot. I mean, she was hot throughout the year, but had a great Ivy League tournament and led the Brown Bears to NCAA regionals. Columbia looking for the same out of Mads Lawson.
Absolutely. And, she throws all the pitches so that, it's not like, okay, we'll just lay off the rise ball, because she can then throw east and west. She's got a drop. She's got a change up. And Coach was saying she's got really big hands, and so she can spin it, but really knows how to make adjustments to a particular pitch, which, as I said, I'm looking forward to seeing.
Now the count is 2-1 as Audrey Salazi brings the bat back. Salazi, an all-Ivy captain for this Harvard team. First team all-Ivy League. And she takes on the outside corner. It's 2-2. Overall 377 for Salazi. 437 on base percentage. She's used her speed this year, 17 steals.
And what Coach talked about is how consistent she's been.
Goes down via the strikeout here. First strikeout, of course, for Mads Lawson. And it brings up Sophie Sun against this Columbia Lion defense. Peyton Szymanski at third, Juju O'Brien at short, Marzuka at second, Sarah McCamey across the infield, left to right, Tatum Hubble behind the plate. Messner, Mason, Katsavalis in the outfield.
So I didn't have a chance to see what Sun did versus Mads Lawson last weekend. I know it's there and whatever, but I'm so interested in this, pitcher versus hitter and how they both adjust throughout the day. Coach Teague talked about, all the statistics that they have available. And so against a rise ball, somebody does this and a drop does this, and hitters know she's going to throw this particular pitch in the count. I'm not sure when too much is too much.
Right.
But I think it's so fascinating, and I think it would be fun to be a part of that.
Well, Sophie Sun had 7 at-bats against Mads Lawson in that 13-inning game, as that's in there for a strike. She went 3 for 7, 5 RBIs.
Do I remember Coach Teague saying she hit a home run, maybe? I could be making that up. You know I do that.
She hit 2.
Oh, okay.
There's Coach Teague. And there's a strike, 3-2.
Yeah, I think she said she hit a rise ball off of, but you know, Coach Teague also said we're going to throw our best pitch, and you know we're not going to let the hitter dictate, and that's the cat and mouse game that I love.
Sun with a ground ball to second. Marzuka with a routine play. 2 outs for Finley Payne. Payne, senior second baseman from Liberty Township, Ohio. 3-time All-Ivy League player, including this season's second-team nomination. Oh, Mads Lawson throwing strikes here in the bottom of the first.
And, you know, that's what you expect for somebody who's averaging a strikeout an inning and doesn't really walk a lot of hitters. 45 passed balls and 140 innings, and you just have the sense that she's just going to continue to knock that number down.
1-1 pitch is outside. Yeah, the accolades will continue to pile up for Mads Lawson. One of the Nuggets, first Columbia pitcher in 20 years with 2 10-plus strikeout games in one season. She's already got 1 here in the first inning, on the verge of another with the count 2-2.
I'll tell you one thing our defense likes, besides the fact she throws strikes, she works quickly. And you like to play defense behind somebody like that.
2-2 pitch stays fair. And that is gathered in by Makami. She steps on first, and it is a quiet first inning for the Harvard Bats. Nice first for Mads Lawson. We go to the second. All-time meeting between the Lions and the Crimson. Harvard leading the series 47-16 all-time. 2 of 3 this year. Most of the playoff implications were set, though. Columbia beating Harvard 2-1 last year in the Ivy League tournament. Harvard has won 7 straight regular season series, but we are here in the postseason. Columbia with a 2-run lead. As we start the second inning, it is the bottom of the order. Peyton Szymanski, Savannah Messner, Kira Mason for Jen Teague's Lions.
And Szymanski comes into the game not with the kind of batting average she would like, had some injuries early on, and Columbia has had some injuries through the lineup, but come into it as healthy as you're going to be, and none of that matters now.
The junior Szymanski awaits the 1-0 pitch. Fouls it left side. You mentioned the injuries for Szymanski, a former All-Ivy League player.
Just getting healthier now, and so that's what you're hoping for. If you've missed time early on, as so many of these players have, or at least certainly some of them have, you know, to be able to play in this tournament, qualify first and then play in it, you don't feel quite as hurt or quite as ill or quite as anything physical.
This is foul, 1-2. Szymanski with good time last season here at the Ivy League tournament, so she's been here before. She's hit on the big stages. So you like to have players that, even though they don't have the numbers, they do have some track record of success and the ability to keep themselves calm in big moments. Here's the 1-2 from Hunter.
You know, after you've been out 2 or 3 weeks, you know, and you don't get that kind of batting practice, and we're all creatures of habit, certainly true in baseball and softball. You know, you work your way back into it, and that's where Peyton Szymanski is right now.
The 2-2. Called strike 3. Little hitch in the swing for Szymanski, but the umpire took the bat out of her hand.
She didn't particularly like that call, but that's really a good pitch. Could be outside, but you see the drop. It's a good pitcher's pitch, that's for sure.
David Bueno calling balls and strikes here in this one. Daniel Everson at first, David Borges at second, David Mattern at third. 3 Davids and a Daniel, our umpiring staff.
I don't think Peyton Szymanski thought that was Bueno. I couldn't help myself.
Oh, keep it coming, Sid. We got a long couple days.
It's a beautiful sunny day in the neighborhood.
Oh, it is gorgeous, isn't it?
Yep.
1-0 pitch sent foul.
Yeah, you could just see that spin, that righty-righty spin thing. But she got a good hold of it.
This is Savannah Messner, by the way, senior from Atlanta, Georgia.
Has some power, 9 home runs. That's more than some power. Has power. .545 slugging percentage.
Tied for 4th in the league with 9 home runs. Not bad for your 8-hole hitter, although we're talking about her power, and she squares to bunt. Did she go? No, she did not, says the first base umpire.
And I love that. I mean, I've had some hitters, Linda Schmolka to name one, who could hit the ball over the fence and then put a bunt down. That's a very hard thing to defend. So it looks like Savannah Messner may be such a hitter.
4th all-time at Columbia with 21 career home runs. And Messner gets under this one. The call from Forbes, and there's another out. 2 in the inning.
So a much better top of the inning now for Harvard and for Nicolette Hunter. Exactly what Coach Roan wanted to see. Get through this. Ideally, if you're Harvard, 1, 2, 3, and get your bats back in there.
This is Kira Mason, the sophomore. 273 this year. And Mason takes a first pitch strike.
We may not see as many balls fly out if he's going to call. And as a coach, I love the low strike because I used to think my team could field a ground ball. So be interesting to see as both pitchers attack this strike zone.
That's a good pitch from Hunter.
Really pretty pitch. And Hunter is back in control, and I don't care what part of the order it is. Her balls are moving. She's putting it where she wants to, and that's what you want to see from your pitcher, no matter who they're facing.
First team All-Ivy this year for the two-way player in Nicolette Hunter. As this is grounded to the right side, and a race to the bag is won by Muller. So a quiet second for Columbia, but they still lead by 2. Harvard coming up in the bottom of the second. Your Ivy League Rookie and Pitcher of the Year. Congratulations to the co-players of the year, Lauren Holt and Jade Montgomery of Cornell and Penn, respectively. But Mads Lawson, a warranted awarding of the Ivy League Rookie and Pitcher of the Year as we look at her numbers. 141 innings, 235 average. She got it done this season, and the future is bright.
That's putting it mildly, got it done. I mean, Coach T called her generational, and she just continues to impress her and keep working on things, and that's how you get better. She gets this first-year experience. The future's so bright for both Columbia and Mads Lawson.
Well, here's Quinn Salazar-Stewart to lead off in the second. Harvard went down 1-2-3 in the first, so it is 4, 5, and 6 due up here in the second. All-league honorable mention.
You know, I always talk about how important catchers are. And here's another one of those catchers hitting in the middle of the order. So it's on both ends, not just defensively, but behind the plate. Salazar-Stewart hitting .336 coming into this game.
Critical piece to the puzzle for Harvard. Checking the swing, and she did not go.
And typically I would say, well, you know, you haven't seen a pitcher, you are trying to figure out what she does, but they saw her for 12 or 13 innings last weekend, and they have seen her.
High fly ball, left center field. This is Mason calling for it and making the catch. One out for Hannah Zysik.
So the Harvard lineup, 1 through 8 hits over 300 or 1 through 7. Zysik is one of those, a freshman coming in hitting .322. That's a good rookie year. Zysik played with Maddie Ratchison, who's Princeton's catcher, and she's really made good progress hitting behind the plate. I mean, at third base, she's just done a fine job, but has really continued to grow as a hitter. So she was a shortstop in high school or summer ball.
So Fruit is a shortstop, playing a good third base this year, and picking up an honorable mention All-Ivy nomination.
You know, that's what you do. You go out, you find the best athletes you can, and especially at places like this that are admissible, because it's all about the admission process, and then you make them into what you need them to do based on their skill set.
Inside 3-1.
First time in this very quick game that Lawson's fallen behind.
Three and two. Zysik ranking 4th on the team in batting average. 42 appearances, 9 multi-hit games. Had a team best 11-game hitting streak at one point this year.
Takes a good cut, good bat speed. Freshman against freshman. Everybody stays healthy. These two will see each other, I'm guessing, a lot for the next few years.
Always fun to see the next crop of talent face off in big spots. And that is just off the plate inside ball 4.
You know, that is the one thing that is so clear to me as I've had the opportunity to do some Princeton games and to do the Ivy League tournament, that the quality of student athletes on these softball fields have been really impressive. You know, there's really good pitching, kids who can hit the ball. It's been fun to watch the growth of the league as a softball league.
Well, another player who jumped onto the scene as a young athlete, Alexa Muller, who's stepping in, the sophomore from Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, was the 2025 Ivy League Rookie of the Year. This year, 325, 41 hits, a 420 on base percentage as she fouls this one off the bunt. So we often talk about sophomore slumps. Muller didn't have one.
Listen, if you don't have a slump, I don't care what year you are, that says something. But when you are a freshman and sophomore and can do it so young, yeah, it's fun to watch them grow. Now, it makes me wonder, since Coach is talking to her now, if she gave her the bunt. She very well might have, just because it's one out. But she very well might have. Just try to see what the defense will give you. We'll see what happens on this next pitch.
Muller gets the loving pat on the helmet from her coach. Now steps in on the 0-1. Does not square to bunt and leaves it outside.
So good movement on the ball just outside the zone. And it'll be interesting to see how Mads Lawson responds to this first-time pressure in the tournament.
Oh, she delivers a really good pitch there, just
Really good
nicking
pitch.
the outside part of the
And
plate.
you can see the movement going, out to in. Got a little curveball.
And that is just low, maybe. Mads Lawson, long look at the umpire with the count 2-2.
So Harvard wants to try to create some offense here.
Jams her deep at shortstop, and Juju O'Brien maybe made that play look a little tougher than it was, but still gets the job done. 2 outs in the inning.
My guess is the wind carried that a little bit, because she was cruising under it, and she's not a cruise under it kind of shortstop. So I have a feeling that the wind just kept blowing out, and she did all she could do. She just kept her feet moving, stayed with it, but yeah, that wasn't pretty. And it probably maybe should have been Savannah Messner's, but when your shortstop calls it, you let her have it. No, you shouldn't.
I was always taught you leave it for the outfielder.
Absolutely,
right?
you should. And the other thing is, if they're both calling it, then a center fielder or second baseman, somebody else calls somebody to help with the communication.
Still, but to your point, I think the wind is the story on that play.
I agree. Not sure where that pitch missed.
Well, the count's 1-1 to Sheila Forbes. First year. Also, all Ivy honorable mention. 2-time Rookie of the Week this year. Slapper for Harvard.
It's funny, that ball looked like it was in the dirt, and the other ball before looked like a lovely pitch. And we're still with 1 ball and 1 strike after both pitches.
There's the pitch. And call the ball, 2-2.
Forbes comes into this game as a freshman hitting .354.
Did she go? I'll check down at third, and the call is no. So Forbes with the count 3-2, 2 outs. Runner on first, Zysick.
Isaac's going to go on the pitch.
And she's going to head to second base without any pressure as Sheila Forbes goes to first on the walk. 2 walks in the inning for Mads Lawson. And we'll bring up Nicolette Hunter. Well, if you were with us for game 1, we had a pitcher who did some damage. Now you've got the pitcher, Nicolette Hunter, with a chance to do the same.
And Hunter, who's hitting more this year than she had to learn really to adjust to the both roles, and has obviously done a fine job doing that. But it's, you feel the pressure when you hit and pitch. She loved that pressure, came into the year saying, I'm going to be one of the top 9 hitters. And that was a goal, and she's obviously achieved that.
3.1 ERA in the circle for Hunter. .380 on base percentage with 4 home runs at the bat.
And you can see Mads Lawson before Hunter got in asking Tatum Hubble, where was that? I think she was really asking the umpire, and so Hubble turns around and asks. He was asking if it was low on that ball 4 pitch. And so right now, they're trying to understand the strike zone because Mads Lawson is not somebody, it's not that she doesn't walk anybody, everybody does, but control is not part of her problem typically. So trying to understand what is the umpire going to call and which pitches will get me there to get them called because she throws them all.
So Lawson doing her best to stay calm as she learns the strike zone. And Hunter fouls it back.
We talked about Hunter just really starting to hit this year. Coach Roan really believes that Nicolette is going to just continue to grow as a hitter. She could see that progress once she's learned how to sort of balance, you know, being in the circle and then also having a chance to put a bat in her hands.
We did not see her hit last year. We saw her in the circle a lot. But I think Nicolette wanted to hit, and that's part of the equation as well. Right? If you got a player who wants to do something and has confidence in doing something, you have to strike that balance of letting him do it.
Yep, once she shows you. I mean, there are times, for example, Mads Lawson. Mads Lawson is a pretty good hitter, I'm told. Great pitch. But because of balancing who else you have pitching and injuries and things like that, sometimes you don't let your pitchers hit because you don't want them on the bases and you need them in the circle. Coach Teague told us Mads Lawson will have a bat in her hands next year.
Hunter with a high fly ball, center field. That's 3 fly ball outs for Mads Lawson and the Columbia Lions. A couple walks, but no runs across for Harvard. We are through 2 here in Princeton. One of the Harvard captains now in the circle, the senior from Sammamish, Washington, is Ryan Grace. Academic All-Ivy selection for the 2nd straight year. Bright mind in the circle and a good season as well. .255 opponent batting average, .333 ERA. She's been a good piece out of the pen for the most part for head coach Jenny Roan.
It's interesting seeing her come in so much because Coach talked about her role as a closer. It just tells you how important she thinks it is early on to shut down Columbia, that she's bringing her in at third, and she has a lot of confidence in her as well as some other pitchers that the bullpen has for Harvard.
Well, she brings her in this lefty-lefty matchup at the top of the Columbia order, 2nd time through. So it's Eleni Katsavalis who singled and scored to lead off the game.
And that's the other thing, 2nd time through the order. Good time to make a change. You have 3 pitchers you feel like you can use, or 4. They have a bunch. So now would be the time. Still have Riley Flynn, Serena Gillen. They have pitchers that they've used that have innings. Not surprised to see a change.
1-1 pitch with a nasty off-speeder coming from Ryan Grace.
Great pitch. And keep in mind, Nicolette Hunter can re-enter the game. You know, she's in the batting order. That hasn't changed. You can change every starter one time anyhow, but it really doesn't change anything as long as you don't change the batting order.
Grace over to first, 1 out. Ryan Grace struck out a career best 7 across 4 2/3 hitless innings out of the bullpen in the Columbia finale. So that was only a few days ago that she saw this Columbia team pitched well. Now she comes in a high leverage spot, middle innings.
Again, it tells you the confidence that Coach Roan has in Ryan Gray. She's a senior. She's certainly been a part of this playoff series every year of her career. And who better to bring in than a seasoned veteran who had success last weekend.
Kayleen Wynn tried to put down a bunt.
And, you know, had some room. Alyssa Moeller was deep at first, so just thought she'd try to sneak one in there. I like her thinking on that.
Kayleen Wynn with the count 0-2. She was on the Ivy League All-Tournament team a year ago. Had a huge hit in the game against Harvard last year when the Lions and Crimson did battle.
Wynn is a spark plug for this team. You know, she uses her in different places. Coach Teague does in different places in the order, and is confident that she, obviously with .337 batting average.
Hits it hard, sliding catch, not made. It hits the turf, and so it's a single for Kayleen Wynn. Looked like Salazi had a beat, could not complete the catch.
That's exactly what happened. It's ball little up in the zone. Wynn does a really good job, hits a line drive, and the hardest hit balls for any outfielder is that line drive right at you. She might not have had to dive, gave it her best shot. Just a hard hit ball.
So now Sarah McCamey, who takes outside.
Tommy struck out last time, but again, that was against Nicolette Hunter. So, new pitcher, new at-bat. Second team All-Ivy McCamey. Trying to get something going for Columbia.
McCamey takes a breaking ball. Senior from Irvine, California, Sarah McCamey. She's reached base in 23 straight games, hitting .452 over Columbia's last 10.
That's something, huh? And you see the changeup. Harvard used the changeup a lot last weekend. Coach Teague wasn't thrilled the way her team handled it. She said she knew they would see a lot of them again, and I'm sure they spent a lot of time practicing.
Grace up in the count. 1-2. On the ground to short. To second for one. On to first, not in time. 6-4 fielder's choice. As Sun and Payne turn it in the middle.
Sun had a little trouble getting a handle on that, a clean handle. Might not have been able to turn it anyhow, but get the lead runner, and that's what they want to do, keep somebody out of scoring position, especially with Juju O'Brien, who hit that double her first time up.
Speaking of that double, here's what happened in the first inning. O'Brien ripping it down the left field line. That plated the first run of the game. Eleni Katsavalis came in to score. O'Brien would later come in to score on the Alicia Marzuka single.
O'Brien has had a really good offensive year. Had to miss a couple weeks because of the injury early on. So, you know, you're always still adding at-bats and that kind of experience. We forget sometimes with these sophomores, it really is still only their second year, but they're so talented, we don't think of them as young. But they are.
1-1 to O'Brien. She leaves it. Currently a very hot bat. Had a great Ivy League conference play. Hit .377. Tied for third in the league with 24 RBIs. Tied for third in the league with 6 home runs. O'Brien deep to center field. This ball is gone! Juju O'Brien with another extra base hit, and Columbia has taken a 4-0 lead.
And to the deepest part of the park. You know, that was the only reason I wasn't sure. There's no wind right now, so there was nothing wind assisted. And I mean, she just extends her arms, gets under it, and you can see that Wynn is watching it go out as she makes her way around the bases with 2 outs. How many runs have we seen score with 2 outs today? Where that's what makes you a dangerous team, when you can do that, get a big hit. So Juju O'Brien, we said before that at bat, as we watch Alicia Marzuka, yes. I can't even read my own handwriting. That's scary. We said she was just she kept getting better as the year went on, as she accumulated at bats.
And Salazi sees it go off her glove. Tough inning in center field for the all-Ivy Audrey Salazi.
It looked like she just took her eye off the ball. She's there. She's got, her hands are up a little higher than they need to be, but she just took her eye off of it, I think, and you could tell she's annoyed with herself, and I understand that. She's a really good player. And good players make errors.
Well, she was unable to pick up the line drive from Kayleen Wynn early in the inning. And then she commits the error there. She only gets credit for the error on that most recent play.
Yep.
But I think if you ask her after the game, she'll have wanted to make both.
Absolutely. That's exactly true. That's why these folks are so good. They, you know, it's a balancing act. You can't beat yourself up and not be ready for the next play, but you go out, you take more repetitions, you try to do the little things right so that the process still works for you.
So now it's Tatum Hubble. Ground ball, third base. The damage done, though, for Columbia. 2-run home run for Juju. O'Brien takes it out to the deepest part of the park, and Columbia feeling good here in the opening round of the Ivy League softball tournament.
We see the promises you make. Doing more than your fair share. Working twice as hard. Saving lives, changing lives. And your life's work deserves nothing less than a lifetime guarantee. You made a promise. So did we. TIAA's promise of a guaranteed retirement paycheck for life is a promise that pays off.
The story thus far in this one has been the sophomore Juju O'Brien. We get a closer look at what she's done this year. All Ivy second team. If it wasn't for Sophie Sun, she'd probably be first team, but you've got 2 great shortstops in this game in particular. Leading the team, of course, in average OPS and RBI. How about hitting a home run in 5 straight games now, Cindy? So talk about a hot bat.
Talk about a hot bat. I couldn't hit it in 5 straight years, let alone 5 straight games. And, you know, that is another thing that I've noticed. So many of these kids can hit home runs. I mean, yes, some of it's the ball, some of it's the bat, but a lot of it is about training technique, which we'll get into as the time wears on, because we'll have plenty of time together.
We sure will. It's also philosophy as well, maybe the way that things have developed, not only in the softball perspective, but the baseball perspective, that maybe has driven the way some coaches have thought about how to coach softball.
Well, and Coach T talked specifically about some drills. She thought that they would be capable of more power, so they took some deflated basketballs, hit against them to try to get more extension. I took another heavy ball to try to get some more extension, and it's clearly worked. I feel like 25 of their home runs have been, I'm not making this up, although I don't remember the exact numbers, 25 of their home runs have been in the last 11 games. That's what it is. And they have 40 overall, which is the second most in home run.
So the team with a big April, and there's Juju O'Brien, who makes the catch, 1 out. Yeah, so now 41 home runs on the season for Columbia. After Juju O'Brien's home run, 26 home runs in the last 15 games is what the graphic says. 15 in the first 26, so not that the first 26 games anything to scoff at. Still able to hit the long ball in the beginning portions of the season. The Lions have consistently been able to drive the ball throughout this year.
Yep, and you know, we used to talk about keeping the bat on the ball as long as you can, and so the drill of using a heavy ball, you feel that more hitting through it and trying to get that extension, and it's clearly working for Columbia.
0-1 to Elena Weinsheimer. Excuse me, to Audrey Salazzi after Weinsheimer lined out to short. Well, one way if you're Salazzi to forget about that error in the second inning is to try to spark something for your team offensively. Well, she's down on the count 1-2.
But I like what she did there. You know, doesn't try to do too much. She's got good wheels. Obviously, 17 of 19 stolen base attempts. Just tries to put the ball in play and let her speed work for her. Wasn't successful, but a good idea. Struck out the first time against Mads Lawson with something down in the zone. Again, I'm curious to see how Lawson responds the second time through the order, which Salazzi's the leadoff hitter for these Columbia Lions.
In there, strike 3. First inning, she went down swinging. Here she is a frozen strikeout victim in the third.
And look at the movement on this pitch. Out and away, a little bit of a screwball. That's just a pretty pitch.
2 strikeouts for Lawson, both against Audrey Salazzi.
And that's not saying nothing. You know, Salazzi, great on base percentage at .437, comes in .377. You know, just 2 Ks. That's the way for the young freshman to establish something here for Mads Lawson.
Yeah, coming into the game, only 16 strikeouts for Salazzi and over 150 at-bats. And this is where you want to see Sophie Sun if you're Columbia, Cindy. 2 outs, nobody on. You've got her down on the count 0-2.
That's exactly right. I mean, and, you know, for Sun, and she's very composed, but you know that she's got to stay within herself because she does have that home run power, having hit 13.
Swing and a miss. There's a strikeout for Mads Lawson, who's pitching mad good tonight. Should say today. 3rd strikeout for Lawson, and Columbia up 4-0. Season with Jenny Roan at the helm of this Harvard Crimson softball program, and she has continued the success with 25 all Ivy League selections, 2024 regular season co-champs. Made the Ivy League tournament in all 3 seasons. Got to coach under Jenny Allard for a number of years as the assistant at Harvard, and now taking the helm here, and she's got her team down 4-0. We did the bio slab of Lisa Van Akron in that first game. Princeton was down 4-0, and we could see how loose Princeton still was, even though they were down 4. I'm not sensing any nervousness in the Harvard dugout either, and that's so important, right, to have these players continue to play loose.
You set the tone as the head coach, or at least you try to. So if you're not panicking, they won't panic. I'm sure they've been down before, and even in the game before. Princeton was down 4-0. It became a shootout a little bit, and that's what Harvard's hoping to make this become. Getting that first out is a good way to start.
That was Peyton Szymanski popping out to Finley Payne at second base. Still Ryan Grace in the circle for Harvard. Gave up the 2 runs last inning. Both off of the 2-run shot by Juju O'Brien.
But again, you can go back and look and say that line drive that was hit by Wynn. You know, Quetzalcoatl Scalazzi did everything she couldn't quite rein it in. If you get that out, you don't get to that home run ball with runners on. So, listen, hindsight is always revisionist history, but, you know, it looks a little different. It's a game of inches.
Savannah Messner flew out to left field her first time up.
Pretty pitch.
And chases it inside and swings through it.
And I so admire, I mean, pitching is just, I don't think people understand how hard it is to hit that ball. You have less than half a second. The ball moves every which way. When pitchers are tall, they're even closer at you by the time they release. It's and when you fail 7 out of 10 times, you're considered great. So it's a mental game to be a really good hitter.
That's in there for a strike. 2-2. Battle between Ryan Grace and Savannah Messner.
Messner flew out to Forbes and left her first at bat.
Down low. Well, Ryan Grace, who mentioned in the one game, she went 4 2/3 with her career high in strikeouts overall in the Columbia weekend. For Grace, 2 hits allowed only in the 9 innings she pitched, but Columbia getting to her here in the postseason as this ball is out of here. Savannah Messner with the second long ball against Grace, and Columbia leads 5-0.
You know, sometimes you see the ball off the bat and there's no doubt about it, and that was one of those. And these balls are going to the deepest part. She just extends her arms, gets on her horse, doesn't need to run that fast because it clears the fence by just plenty. So it makes you think those extension drills are working just fine for Columbia, right?
Second home run in the game for Columbia. 5th home run across the 2 games that we have seen here at Cynthia Paul Field. Starting to heat up.
Yep.
Ball starting to fly as Kira Mason steps in.
Absolutely, and now wind update. The flag is blowing straight out, so that will certainly help the ball fly a little bit.
And maybe helped Savannah Messner there. 5 runs on 6 hits for Columbia. No runs, no hits for Harvard.
It really is a beautiful day as we talk about the weather and the wind, but the sun is shining. You know, it could be warmer, but I'm not complaining. And of course, I'm sitting in the press box.
Rolling over on a ground ball to second. There's Finley Payne to throw out Kira Mason. It's a second out of the inning. I'll flip it over for Eleni Katsavalis, her third at bat coming up.
So it's a good day. You don't want the weather to be an issue, especially for tournament play. And, you know, we talk about the wind to give folks a sense of it. and what the outfield has to do with, but it really is a beautiful day at Cynthia Paul Field.
Beautiful new stadium. It's already seen an Ivy League tournament. Of course, you and I were here in the same position about a year ago, covering the same teams in the same seating. Different results so far, though, as Princeton defeated Brown in the opening game.
And yet, same team, same seeding, but it went down to the last weekend, not just for seeding, but Penn was battling Brown and had the chance to get into this tournament. And we should say Penn had a great turnaround this year, you know, not so successful last year, where was battling to be one of the top 4, has some good players in that program. And now you can see the depth of talent throughout the league.
Now it's been a struggle for Ryan Grace. She's trying to get out of this inning and allow her Harvard Crimson Bats to start chipping away.
And the question is for Coach Roan, will she make another pitching change? You know, she's got a lot of pitchers with experience.
We did see Riley Flynn warming up a couple shots ago.
Okay, I missed that, of course. Yep, the Riley Flynn, the second team All-Ivy, has pitched last weekend as well.
Another ground ball to Payne. Well, Finley Payne made all 3 of the putouts in this inning. But a run across for Columbia. Savannah Messner with the swing. 5-0 Columbia after this bomb to left center field. Jennifer Teague is in her 12th season as the head coach at Columbia. Cindy, you and I really enjoyed our conversation with Coach Teague, who was very refreshingly honest about her approach in that last series against Harvard, about where her program is in the current state, how she feels about a rookie pitcher, how she feels about her hitters. She's a great coach, and she communicates very well, as we found out.
Yep, and she's a little bit old school. I kind of like that. The catcher actually calls, you know, the pitches for their pitcher, and there aren't many that do that anymore. But you're right, refreshingly honest. Like, this is what I'm going to do, and so now you have to beat it, and I like that. I mean, good on good. That's what you want to do, and I respect that tremendously.
Maybe old school, however, still very open to the new technology. She mentioned the scouting system Synergy, which many teams use for video and scouting. Wasn't around when you were coaching, so a lot of information out there as this ball is fouled that Coach Teague certainly uses, but right, you have to strike that balance of when you use it and when you don't.
She talked about when they go over scouting, there are certain kids, I want to say Eleni Ketzavalis might have been that person. She puts her headset on. She doesn't want to know too much. And I've had some hitters see the ball, hit the ball, and run. And she respects that, and she allows that to be. And I think that's where you have to meet the athletes where they are, and I think she's done a really good job of that.
Information paralysis is definitely a threat these days. Here's a fly ball left side. And there's Savannah Messner to make the catch to retire Finley Payne.
And the other thing is, and I mean this very respectfully, you're dealing with very smart student athletes, and so their intellectual ability, you don't want anybody to think too much. There are a lot of very good athletes out here, and so you have to know who has the ability to let it go and who is going to overthink it and then figure out the right happy medium.
Brings up Quinn Salazar-Stewart. 0 for 1, flew out in the second. Harvard dugout still making noise.
I don't care how many runs Columbia has. There's not a part of me that is going to believe that Harvard is out of it until the game is over and there's been 21 or 27 or however many outs there have to be. 21 because they have a lot of experience, they have a lot of talent. They may need to do it the long way if this continues this way, but I think they will come back ready to play 2 tomorrow. That'll be their goal if the score doesn't change here.
Well, a tall task, and I do mean that somewhat literally with Mads Lawson on the mound. 3 1/3 innings. Now with 60 pitches. She's been around the strike zone. She delivers a great pitch on the outside part of it there. 2-2.
Yep, done a really good job. I think the thing I'm most surprised about is that she walked 2 people in 1 inning, and she was probably surprised about it too, but has come back and just pounded the strike zone since then. Get a couple Ks the next inning and 2 more out. So she's made the adjustment to what the umpire is calling in this particular game.
Salazar-Stewart, who started all of the games that she played in, almost 40 of them in her freshman year. And she is a victim of a line out here. Peyton Szymanski makes the play. 2 outs.
Yep. I mean, things are going. You couldn't ask for them to go any better if you are rooting for Columbia and Mads Lawson. Haven't been a lot of hard hit balls. Everything, she's been able to control the zone. And obviously her teammates have more than supplied some power to her. When you get 2 runs at the top of the first, it's a great way to start out on the mound. Pile on 3 more since then.
There's the 1-0. Make it 1-1 as Lawson delivers.
Zizek had one of those walks in the second inning, but hits .322 coming into this game and has started 39 games this year.
Just outside, 2-1. Game hit streak on the line for Zizek. Harvard looking for any kind of hit here in this opening round game. 3-1 the count.
I'm not sure where that missed. But, yep, Harvard they want to get a runner on base now. There have been, the only runners to reach so far have been 2 walks in the second inning.
Hit hard to right and right at the right fielder. So Eleni Katsavalis makes the final out. Couple hard hit balls, but nothing to show for it for Harvard. We go to the 5th in a 5-0 game.
Getting to see Ivy League put on a national stage is just very, very cool to me.
I get to sit in a classroom with wrestlers who go compete at a national level, hockey players who are making it to championships. To watch them succeed, at a national level, it's pretty incredible.
I don't think I would be where I'm at if I went anywhere else. It's been really fun for me to just challenge myself and make it to those events and perform.
But now I think people are paying a lot more attention to what the Ivy League is capable of and putting some more respect on the league.
The Ivy League is going to be on the big stage more and more often, and I'm excited for that.
ESPN is now the home of MLB.TV. Stream every out-of-market game live or on demand using the ESPN app. Blackout and other restrictions apply. For more information, go to ESPN.com/MLBTV. Back here at Cynthia Paul Field. Windy but beautiful day here in Princeton, New Jersey. Opening round of the Ivy League softball tournament. And we see the two-hitter for Columbia, Kayleen Wynn, stepping to the plate. It'll be Wynn, McCamey, O'Brien against Ryan Grace, who is on for her third inning of work.
And last time Wynn hit that hard hit ball to center field that Salazzi just couldn't quite reel in, and then ended up scoring, obviously, on the Juju O'Brien home run. Can we just call her Juju?
Absolutely.
Okay. I certainly don't mean to disrespect. I just love that. And as you said, she's playing with some juju.
Yeah. Well, so was Kayleen Wynn last year. I don't know if you remember this, Cindy. We talked to her as our player of the game in that 2-1 victory for Columbia against Harvard in the opening round of the Ivy League tournament. And Wynn gets a hold of this one deep to center field, back at the wall, and Salazzi has some room. Allowed out number one.
I don't think the wind helped that. I think it just got up in the jet stream a little bit and carried it. So it was just high enough. I thought it was going to go, but Salazzi just stays under, tracks it, and you can see she's feeling for the fence with her off-glove hand, as she should, and reels it in. So you were talking about Wynn and us talking to her?
Yeah, she had that bases clearing double, which led to the win for Columbia. Huge hit in that spot as a freshman, and she's contributing as a sophomore. But this is Sarah McCamey, who delivers a base hit.
Not sure if that was a hit or an error, but a relatively routine ball that Sophie Sun just doesn't handle.
Let's see what they put in the official book.
It may be you think it's routine because Sophie Sun is so good also. So, you know, you have these expectations of what an athlete can accomplish, but you could tell Sun's annoyed with herself the way she clears the, I was going to say the dirt, but the whatever that is out there by second if you play on turf. The little black pebbles.
Yeah. I don't know the official term, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
Actually, they're little rubber, almost mallets.
Well, here's Juju O'Brien. 2 for 2, a double and a home run. And she is up in the count 3-0. That one didn't miss by much.
And so, you know, you wonder, is the approach here by Ryan Grace, even though there's, you know, only one out, it's that fine line. You want to pitch her, not perfectly, but you want to be careful. She's already has a double and a home run.
Walked her on 4 pitches.
And, you know, sometimes, and I'm not going to say this was that because I surely don't know, you wonder if it was almost like an intentional walk. Which would be interesting because Alicia Marzuka already has a double and has hit the ball well to center field in her 2 times up.
Yeah, she hit the ball hard in the third. You're right about the double in the first.
Right.
That plated Juju O'Brien. So now Marzuka, another chance to drive in some runs. 0-1 the count to Marzuka. Swing and a miss.
That's a good pitch by Ryan Grace. So there's 1 out. You want to try to keep this ball in the infield. Give your defense a chance to get an out without advancing the runner, preferably.
1-2, Marzuka lays off.
And the Harvard outfield is very deep. I mean, if it's a lazy fly ball, they're going to have a long way to go to get an out.
Yeah, you've got the center fielder and the left fielder right on the edge of the warning track, Salazi and Forbes.
Yeah, I could barely see them.
Need some binoculars.
Yeah. But, you know, you understand why. There have been 4 extra base hits already, 2 on the wrong side of the fence if you're Harvard.
Marzuka waits on it. Sophie Sun waited a little too long. It's short, and the bases are loaded.
And you can see it's a little ground ball. She thought about going to second. The ball was slower than she expected. So she hesitates a little. You can see she's thinking about going to second, doesn't quite attack the ball, couldn't get the out at second. She's got a gun of an arm, but it was just she needed to go attack that ball right away if she was going to have a chance to get that out at first. And it was a slow ball that she didn't attack.
So potentially a hugely critical spot in the game with 3 runners on for Columbia, already with a 5-0 lead. You're Harvard, you know you're going to have to scratch and claw to get back into this game, but it's going to be tough if Tatum Hubble comes through.
You are so right. I mean, Harvard needs to shut Columbia down right now, try to limit the damage.
First pitch to Hubble, sent deep to center field. Salazi has it. Runner will tag, and McCamey scores. And it is 6-0.
I'm guessing that's why the outfield was playing so deep, right? Right at her. She hits that ball hard. You see the runner tagging up right away, and it's interesting where Salazi makes the throw. She throws it towards the infield so that the runner from first can't tag on that, and at least limit how many people are in scoring position.
First and third, 2 outs for Peyton Szymanski.
So you get the 1 tag up. Good job base running by Columbia, but limiting the runners in scoring position.
So Columbia has scored in now 4 of the 5 innings here in this opening round contest. Swing and a miss, 1-1. Only goose egg came in the 2nd inning for the Lions.
And the only 1-2-3 inning that Harvard has been able to manage so far today defensively.
Off speed, off the plate, 2-1.
Good stop by Quinn Salazar-Stewart. Again, those little things, you stop the ball, you save a run there. It allows Ryan Grace to keep throwing low and know that her catcher's going to have her. Oof.
3-1. Savannah Messner on deck, and she's shown the power in this game. The home run in the 4th inning, her last time up.
Hitters pitch here, 3-1.
Good pitch, inside corner, 3-2.
Runners are going on the pitch.
Marzuka at first. Salazi comes in to make the catch. Another run across for Columbia. They extend their lead to 6. Mads Lawson coming back out in the bottom of the 5th inning. The 70th pitch to come for Mads Lawson, who has been spectacular through 4 innings today, Cindy.
And, I mean, besides having all the pitches, when Coach talked about her IQ, she said, who does this? Like the other day at practice, she was working on having her change become a drop change. I mean, so in the middle of the season, she's got big hands. She works on the spin. She's got that kind of IQ and is always thinking ahead about how she wants to pitch, always talking to coaches about that. And that's somebody who's fun to coach.
And you made the point that she would be one of the better hitters on her team. They do not put her in the batter's box this year because she is that valuable in the circle as we are seeing in this game.
And she understands that. I mean, it was when Coach told us about that, she said, Lawson said, I get it, Coach, I understand, you know, but was a really good hitter, and I think we'll see her with a bat in her hands. Ooh, wow, she throws that ball, curveball in, and really handcuffs Alexa Muller.
It popped out in the second, 0 for 1. So Muller, Forbes, Hunter due up here for Harvard in the 5th inning. 0-2 pitch is outside.
In Harvard, you know, their goal has to be very simple now. Let's get some runners on base. Let's try to create some offense. Let's start to build and try to figure out a way.
Snared at second by Marzuka. I'll tell you what, that's 4 maybe hard hit balls in a row for Harvard, and Columbia's defense is helping out Mads Lawson at the moment.
She smokes that ball, and what you see is that Marzuka lifts her head up a little bit. I always talk about that, but if you sit here and you put your head up and lift your arm up, your arm's going to go up an inch or 2 more, and that's what's allowed her to snag that ball.
Brings up Sheila Forbes. And that ball on the outside corner for a strike. Forbes walked in the 2nd inning. Only 2 base runners for Harvard in the game. Forbes one of the 2. Got the bunt down. Tough play at third. And it is made. Peyton Szymanski from third charges and throws.
She puts a good bunt down. To be honest with you, I thought she was going to have a chance to beat it. But Peyton Szymanski does a great job, gets a good jump on the ball, makes no wasted motion, comes up throwing, and is able to get the out.
And that was Marzuka over there to cover, so it's 5-4 on the putout. Brings up Nicolette Hunter. Not listed as the starting pitcher, but the de facto starting pitcher in this one.
Hunter flew out to center last time. Coach Roan really believes that Hunter is going to be a very effective hitter, earned her way into the top 9 this year, but as a junior, first time she's really balancing her work in the circle and her work in the box.
First team All-Ivy, 2-way threat for Harvard, and quick glance back at the umpire after a nice pitch from Mads Lawson. She gets the call. It's 2-1.
And she's thinking, I didn't get that call.
Same spot, 2-2.
That's a good pitch. And it feels like Hunter is frustrated right now. And yet at the same time, I'm sure she respects the movement on the ball and the placement of the pitch.
Jams her, tough play, and I'll tell you what, that's a good effort from Tatum Hubble, who has become a coaching staff favorite. An extension of the coaching staff is how she is viewed by Jennifer Teague and company. The hidden MVP is what Coach Teague said, and look at that effort.
Does a great job, pops the mask off, takes the drop step, goes hard for it. Well, what she said also was that their pitching coach was on maternity leave, so she has taken on a bigger role of, you know, looking at film and working with the pitching staff, and early on became very involved in trying to get the pitching staff right, and has clearly done her job behind the plate and in the film room. Develops game plan with the coaching staff. And as we said, just one of the few coaches that catcher still calls the pitches.
Here's the 2-2, it's inside. Yeah, between innings, Teague said that Hubble is able to tell her if the pitchers are starting to lose their spin, if they're starting to cross her up a little bit, so they really do utilize that knowledge, especially with a young pitcher like Lawson. Here's the 3-2, and that is just inside. Nicolette Hunter works the walk, third base runner of the game for Harvard.
And you value that so much, that a catcher has that kind of communication. We used to try to encourage us, tell us what's working, tell us, because nobody has a better view of it than the person behind the plate. And so Tatum Hubble does that, and it seems like it's natural for her to do that as we get a runner there for Nicolette Hunter.
Julia Mizo is the runner, who's appeared in 24 games, now 25 this season. Only one steal for Mizo. It's Elena Weinsheimer who steps up. Right fielder for Harvard.
Harvard's looking to extend this inning, flip to the top of the order, try to create something. It's a good pitch.
Spins in there for a strike.
Weinsheimer hit a line drive to O'Brien, her first time up. It's funny, it feels so hard to imagine, but it's only the last of the second time through the order.
That's how efficient Mads Lawson has been, and the runner is trapped between first and second, and she gets back. So Julia Mizo off the bench almost gets in a pickle.
Quinn Salazar, Tatum Hubble, wrong catcher, does the right thing. She sees her off the base. She starts running at her. She just waited a little too long, and you'll see that. She runs at her. She makes the runner commit. Right there. Yeah. Got to throw it. Maybe not quite there, but a little bit sooner than she did, because then she'll have her.
Point made. 1-1 pitch. And that's called a strike. Shake of the head from Elena Weinsheimer. Players on both sides trying to learn this strike zone throughout. Same with the pitcher, Mads Lawson. Count 1-2. Ground ball to Marzuka. Flip to first in time. And Mads Lawson is through 5 without a hit against her. Columbia with 6 runs on 8 hits. And a big lead heading to the 6th. Columbia bats are still looking for more. Up 6 runs. Got Savannah Messner, who hit a home run her last at bat. Then Kira Mason and Eleni Katsavalis. The Lions have come to play today, both offensively and defensively. Of course, pitching in the circle, Mads Lawson at the moment throwing a no-hitter, but defensively, we've seen a lot of lineouts for Harvard, so Columbia getting it done in all 3 phases.
Yeah, and Harvard has hit some hard balls. They haven't all been easy, lazy pop-ups. They've just hit them to the defense. every hard ball for the most part.
1-0 the count to Messner.
Hit that ball deepest part of the park to center last time. And, you know, that was her 10th home run. So, you know, this senior is one of those people supplying the power for the Columbia Lions.
1-1 pitch. Jammed right side. This'll fall. When it's going good, it's going good. And right now, Columbia feeling good.
You know, we always say that hitting is contagious, and it really has been contagious right now. The outfield's deep for Harvard. You can understand why. There have been a couple home runs. But we see some action in the bullpen.
It's Nicolette Hunter.
And because of the way that the lineup card was handed in, she can re-enter the game, even though she was taken out for a runner, and she's not pitching because the batting order hasn't changed. She's allowed to leave the game one time, so that's why they do it. This is a perfect example of why you write it that way.
They're asking you to explain why that was the case.
I wasn't smart enough to do that, by the way. I just listed them and did whatever, but now I sort of understand it better.
Ground ball right side. There's Alexa Muller to make the play. Runner advances, so as good as a bunt for Kier Mason. 3 unassisted for 1 out in the inning, and now Eleni Katsavalis.
So you get to the top of the order, and their 4th time through, although it actually is their 3rd time facing Grace. Grace came in at the top of the order. Katsavalis was the first hitter that she faced.
Swing and a miss.
Big cut at that. Katsavalis is one of only 2 who have had a substantial amount of at-bats who does not have a home run. When you hit 330, 321, you don't have to have home runs. I mean, it's one of the things about baseball, you know, that strikeout home run either or I don't love, and it's what I've liked about softball so much more, a little shorter game and put the ball in play, but there sure is a lot of power in softball right now.
So Moneyball starting to creep into the way that we think about softball as well.
I mean, I do think that athletes are bigger, stronger, and faster. I think that's part of it. And the truth of the matter is the pitchers throw so hard, they supply the power to get the ball out of the park in a hurry. So I think it's a combination of things, not just strategy or philosophy.
That's in there. Strike 2.
That's a good pitch.
Well, we probably value on base percentage a little bit more than when you were coaching the majority of your career, right? We always looked at average, you know, years and years ago, but now we really look more of those on base percentage numbers, those slugging percentage numbers, to how critical a person is.
I think slugging looks more important now than it did to me. I loved on base. I didn't care how you got there. Walk, get hit by the pitch, for me personally. But slugging is not something I thought, maybe because we just didn't have a ton of power. I had some good power, but not by everybody in the lineup.
There's the 2-2. Outside and low.
It's a good look by Katsavalis. And again, I don't want to repeat myself, but Ryan Grace has good movement on the ball. It's just, you know, when she gets it too far into the strike zone, Columbia's been able to make her pay for it.
Katsavalis tight roping that left field foul line, and it falls on the left side of it. So we'll do it again at 3-2.
And Forbes, I'm not sure if she didn't know where she was. Didn't feel like she went hard for that ball. Maybe she didn't want to, you know, make a mistake in fair territory. I mean, she had a long way to go, certainly not being critical of her.
Three-two, 1 out to Katsavalis. Outside, ball 4.
So, you wonder if there's going to be a pitching change here, whether it's Nicolette Hunter or another arm that's in the bullpen for Harvard, or are they going to save it all for tomorrow? Because let's face it, their goal is to have 2 games tomorrow. If things go as they've started, they will play the second game and hope to win that game and get to the 3rd game of the day.
Here's Kayleen Wynn, who takes a first pitch strike.
Yep.
Remember, 6-0 game here for Columbia. You still do have that 8-run rule, which is looming. So Columbia with what you could say is the winning run on base here.
But Harvard would still get their at-bat.
They would still get their at-bat in the bottom of the 6th inning?
I believe
we
so.
We would be through 5.
Oh, that's a good point. I thought because they were the visiting team they would, but now I'm a little perplexed. I should know the answer to that, and I'm not sure that I do.
We'll find that answer. 0-2 against Kayleen Wynn.
Yep, Harvard will earn their at-bat no matter what happens here.
And Wynn with a fly ball to right. This will move the runner from 2nd to 3rd. All right, so Messner over to 3rd base.
Katsavalis with good wheels is at first. Only 1 out. And Sarah McCamey, who's been relatively quiet for her today. Again, another one of those people with home run power. She has 7 on the season so far.
She did single her last time up. Came around to score on the sac fly by Tatum Hubble.
Struck out in the 1st inning.
But now a 24-game on-base streak for Sarah McCamey.
That's a lot of games to get on base.
Very good student as well. Runner moving down to 2nd, and she is out. Nice throw from Quinn Salazar-Stewart for the 3rd out in the inning.
And you'll see Sophie Zunn gets that out. She lets the ball come to her. That's not easy to do, and then applies the tag. Most less experienced.
Pulitzer Prize-winning author Herman Wouk once wrote, "The best things of the moment were outside the rectangle of Columbia. The best things of all human history and thought were inside. If only you had the sense, you could spend 4 years in an unforgettably exciting alternation between 2 realms of magic. That doubled magic is lasting me a lifetime."
Defense has been a big part of the story for Columbia. No hits for Harvard, lots of line drives. Jen Teague's team has been sound defensively, Cindy.
And little foot play like that goes, attacks that bunt. It's a really good bunt. It's exactly that little triangle I always talk about between the catcher, pitcher, and whichever corner it is. And yet, just really good defense. And I'm not sure what Coach Teague is unhappy about, quite honestly.
Well, it might go back to the end of the last half inning with the caught stealing, the throw out from Salazar-Stewart. I can only imagine that's what the question is. Coach Teague may be asking for an appeal, and it's not granted. But they've held off on allowing Columbia to come out and take some warm-up tosses defensively. And it looks like Coach Teague heading back disappointed to that Columbia dugout, although her team is still winning by 6 runs. And Mads Lawson will head out for inning number 6 of work.
You know what I like about that with Coach Teague? She's up by 6-0, 6-0 in the 6th inning, and she still wanted an appeal of something. You know, for her, it ain't over till the woman sings. I'm not even going to say which one. So, I mean, I like that. You know, she's saying to her team, hey, every out counts, and something happened, although I'm just not sure what it was.
Now another look at Mads Lawson and what she's done this year as the Ivy League pitcher and freshman of the year. In Ivy League play, that 1.5 ERA. Her defense has helped, but she's been around the strike zone. Just the 3 walks in what I think is fair to say has been a fairly inconsistent strike zone today. But maybe the toughest test for Mads Lawson as we start the 6th. It will be the 3rd time through the order for Harvard. So Audrey Salazi will lead it off for the Crimson. Salazi, Sun, and Payne.
And again, if you're Harvard, you just want to start to accumulate positive at-bats. Get on base, try to create some offense, and try to build towards something for tomorrow. Not that you are giving up. You have 6 outs. Every out counts. We've seen that, enough comebacks this year and over the years. But right now, that's where they are. You're at the top of the order, your best hitters, and Coach Roan wants to see some good offensive at-bats.
0-1 to Salazi. Gets the bunt down. Tough play. Infield single for Audrey Salazi, and that's the first hit against Mads Lawson.
And she took a no-hitter into the 7th earlier this season. I think it's this announcer's fault because I just asked if she had not, but it's a great bunt. Salazi puts that ball right where she needs to, gets out of there, does everything right, and first hit of the day for the Crimson.
And a big swing and a foul ball by Sophie Sun, who has also, of course, had a quiet day, like the rest of the Harvard Crimson. Yep. 0 for 2, now in her 3rd at bat.
But you know what? I'd still be worried about pitching to Sophie Sun. I mean, I'm pitching to her. I'm going after her, of course. But she's just such a good hit. She doesn't care what the score is.
Sun hits it hard, but foul.
Sun, Salazi's got good speed. You're at the top of the order. And again, Harvard just wants to start getting some good at-bats to build. Listen, they're not giving up, but to build some momentum towards tomorrow.
0-2 pitch to Sun with the runner moving. Salazi, she slides past the bag and is out.
And she beats the throw. She has the tag. She does everything right except she slides by the base. And Juju O'Brien sticks with it. When she comes off the base, that's when she gets her.
Cindy, I'll tell you what. You're down 6 runs. You do not want to be forcing any outs on the bases.
Nope.
Sophie Sun lines out to second, and just like that, 2 outs, nobody on.
The only thing I'll say is you're trying to create some offense. You've gotten your first hit. I know. It's not typical. But you're in the middle of the order, create some offense, have some folks feel good about themselves, but in the meantime, you just threw yourself. Your only hit, you had her thrown out.
Here's a bunt from Finley Payne and a nice play. She is out at first as Mads Lawson gets through it. The leadoff single by Audrey Salazi, that is it. The no-hitter is gone, but the lead is still strong for Columbia. We're going to the 7th. 6-0. Columbia leads Harvard. We are in the 7th inning of this opening round matchup between the Lions and the Crimson. Columbia looking to add on. And they will have their big hitters up. Here comes Sarah McCamey, who was at bat when a steal was caught. That was Eleni Katsavalis, who was thrown out on the base paths. So a fresh at bat for Sarah McCamey. McCamey 0-1. Big leader for Columbia on the field as well as off the field. In the School of Engineering at Columbia, she had the highest GPA of all the athletes at Columbia University. So,
as an engineer.
It's a big accomplishment.
I'm so impressed by that. You know, all of these, student athletes are such good students. I used to sort of have this little running argument.
As McCamey serves and out to center. Audrey Salazzi with a good defensive play.
Makes a great catch. Gets a great jump, slides under it, glove under it. That is a great catch, and that leaves Salazzi feeling a little bit better about a tough day out there, but gets a great jump, turns her glove the right way, and makes the catch.
Hey, you're right about it being a tough day for Salazzi. A couple plays earlier in center that she was unable to make led to big innings for Columbia. Gets thrown out on the base pass. She does have the only hit against Mads Lawson, the infield single.
And she's had a lot of opportunities out there. I mean, a lot of balls have been hit out towards center field. So Salazzi is a really good player. Comes in first team All-Ivy, hitting .377. Just had a tough day.
Well, on the flip side, it's been a big day for Juju O'Brien. You just saw the stats flash across: the homer, the double, 3 RBIs. She's been aboard all 3 times and now gets her 4th at bat. Should say 3rd at bat, technically speaking. The walk does not count as one.
But it will certainly help her on base percentage. Yeah. It's a good pitch there by Ryan Grace.
And that is outside 3-1.
Hitter's pitch here. And Juju's going to look for a pitch that she can drive.
O'Brien was injured earlier in the season, took a cleat to the thigh. Had to have some stitches. She walks here. So it took her a little while to get back and into the swing of things, but she is clicking on all cylinders.
Yep, she sure is.
On base for the 4th time in the game. Brings up Alicia Marzuka.
Marzuka's had a fine day as well. The sophomore has couple hits coming into the day. Everything is sort of up the middle, stay back, hit through the ball. She just misses that.
Yeah, 2 for 3 Marzuka. And she was aboard the only other time that she didn't get a hit. That was one of the errors on Salazzi in center back in the 3rd. And Marzuka up the middle. There's another single. Good-looking young Columbia Lion, Alicia Marzuka.
And again, Coach Teague talked about this sophomore class, and boy, they sure come through and had a fine day here on this first day of the tournament. She stays back, hits through it, doesn't try to do too much.
That ball looked out of the zone.
It did, but she just saw it well and hit through it. Now you have a runner in scoring position for Columbia. Tatum Hubble wants to enjoy the fun. She doesn't have a hit yet on the day, although she did hit the ball hard. And I think has a sacrifice
fly her last time up. That scored Sarah McCamey. So O'Brien on second. Marzuka on first. Despite what happens here in this game for Columbia and Harvard, the tournament continues for both teams. The beauty of a double elimination tournament. As the count goes to 2-1.
And the Ivies follow the NCAA format, so that's the format we're going to follow tomorrow in the 4-team tournament.
This one hit well, deep left center field. This ball is off the top of the wall, and Columbia moving around the base pass. Juju O'Brien scores. Here comes Marzuka. The throw is in time. But Columbia scores a run on a double from Hubble.
I think that ball was like not even 2 feet from the top of the fence. I mean, she gets all of it. I just wasn't sure as it was going because of the wind. And she literally, now she's in the middle numbers of those numbers. But she gets all of that, and we're going to see a little change right here. Little pitching change as the throw, we get the throw out at first, at home on a good replay. Good for Harvard to make that out.
We'll tell you about the new pitcher, Serena Gillen, when we return. Serena Gillen, first year from Miami, Florida, enters the game. 2-1 this season. 4.59 ERA across 32 innings. 5 1/3 against Columbia her last time up. 3 earned runs in that series. Let's see what she's done in the Ivy League as well. 14 strikeouts and 5 walks.
She gets to face Peyton Szymanski as her first hitter today. A little low in the zone, misses. Ball 1.
Szymanski 0 for 3 today.
Played well, though, defensively.
Big swing and a miss.
Yeah, big cut there by Szymanski.
Certainly a day to remember so far for Columbia. Szymanski with a bunt high up in the air. Salazar Stewart makes the catch, and that's the 3rd out in the inning. So another run across for Columbia, courtesy of Tatum Hubble. 7-0 to the bottom of the 7th. The Lions looking to finish the job when we return. Only 1 hit allowed for Mads Lawson. We knew the scouting report on Columbia was that they were going to ride their talented freshman, the Ivy League Pitcher of the Year, the Ivy League Rookie of the Year. And this is just how the script would have it if you're a Columbia Lion fan, to be deep in this game, into the 7th inning with a 7-run lead, and your freshman can relax to try to put the finishing touches on a first win in this tournament.
Yep, if you are Columbia, you couldn't have drawn it up any better. You know, you came out, you got a couple runs early, your rookie pitcher is throwing great, and you just kept adding on and adding on. Harvard has hit some balls hard, you know, but right at people, and only has the one hit to show for it.
Well, how important is it for Harvard as we hear the dugout and the rally caps are over there in that dugout. They're still making noise there in Jenny Roan's dugout over there. So I think the Crimson, you still need to keep that energy high, right? It's a double elimination tournament, so this team still has a fighter's chance to continue winning and getting to the championship game. Deep in the hole at short, Juju O'Brien made it look easy.
Yep, that's a really good play. Hard hit ball, and O'Brien just takes that quick step to her backhand side, comes up throwing. Again, it's always about the first step. She takes that good, quick crossover step, plants, and gets a lot behind it and gets the out.
Nobody on, 1 out for Zysik.
Zysik has one of the harder hit balls today. Hit the ball out to right, deep to Eleni Katsavalis, that line drive. I think she made the diving catch on that.
Two and 0.
Zysik walked her first time up, one of the 3 base runners today. I'm not a good math person, but when there's only a couple walks and 1 hit, I can add to 3 and know that there haven't been a lot of base runners.
Fly ball center field, long run, and that catch is made by Mason. She was shaded towards left center, got a great jump, and made a fine play for the 2nd out in the inning.
I did not think she was going to get to that ball. You're right. She shaded a bit to, and she just keeps going, and she keeps her feet working for her. That's it. Makes the reach. She almost looked like she was gliding to that ball, but good job by her.
Harvard down to its final out. It's Alexa Muller.
The pop up deep to left that we were talking about, that O'Brien caught. We were wondering if Messner should have. And hit the line drive to second. So looking for a way to get on base and extend this game a little bit. And that's just the way you have to approach an at-bat like right now.
1 and 2. Well, in a game where Columbia scores 7 runs, they have 11 hits. Mads Lawson has given up 1 measly single, and it was of the infield bunting variety. It's the defense, which is also a huge part of the story for the Lions in this one. There's another hit.
Second hit the ball hard. You know, the one thing, listen, Lawson has thrown a great job, but we see this pitch. That's not a bad pitch. That pitch is low in the zone, and Alexa Muller just went and dug it out. Mads Lawson came into this game averaging almost a strikeout an inning. She has thrown a great game. I'd be happy to have her as my pitcher, but only has 3 today.
She does have the victory. Mads Lawson goes the distance, a complete game shutout, and a commanding victory in the opening round of the Ivy League tournament for Columbia. 7-0 final. 14 wins on the season for Mads Lawson. Ryan Grace takes the loss. Jenny Teague coaches a great game. Pitching, defense, hitting, all of it working for Columbia in this one.
And so now every team starts the same way, though, tomorrow. Tomorrow they start 0-0. And for Harvard and Brown, they both have a loss. They go to the loser's bracket. The loser of that game goes home. For Columbia and Princeton, they're thinking to win that first game of the day so that they can live to see Sunday or Saturday and watch everybody else fight it out. But double elimination, and Columbia and Princeton are where they want to be. Harvard and Brown are going to fight to keep playing tomorrow.
So the first day of softball is complete. 3 games tomorrow, but we are going to be back to wrap this one up. 7-0 victory for Columbia here in this second game of the day. It defeats Harvard in their opening round matchup. And our player of the game is here with us. It's Mads Lawson, the complete game, the shutout. Mads, congratulations. I like the style that you've got happening here. Tell me about your performance here. How are you able to keep it calm throughout this one and just go out and execute?
Yeah, 100%. I took one pitch at a time and trusted my defense, and we just attacked Harvard right at the front gate, and we just kept going at it, and it was a team win right there.
So coming into the weekend, what were you anticipating about the first Ivy tournament that you had a chance to play in?
I was expecting it to be tough, close games here, but my offense came out, and they really they went lights out today, so that really helped, and I couldn't be any more proud of them.
Yeah, talk to me about the offense who helped you out, the defense that helped you out,
Yeah.
Juju O'Brien in particular, offensively. But, how calm does it make you when the rest of your team is clicking?
So much calmer. All the pressure goes off of me when I can trust my defense behind me and attack each batter one at a time.
All right, mindset as you move forward into the tournament. You guys have Princeton tomorrow. How do you guys continue your winning ways?
Keep attacking, keep fighting, just like the Lion way. Go blue for sure.
All right, congratulations, Mads Lawson. Well done on the interview as well to balance all of those things. So.
Thank you.
Oh, and as I say that's what we call Mads the broadcaster's jinx. All right, congratulations, our player of the game.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, let's take a quick look at the bracket as we finish up here. Princeton will take on Columbia tomorrow at 10 a.m., so a nice matchup there. Harvard versus Brown in an elimination game will be at 12:30. And then the winner of that elimination game versus the loser of that first semifinal will face off in another elimination game tomorrow at 3 p.m. So a full day of exciting softball tomorrow morning into the afternoon, Cindy.
You know, I think the thing that I'm most surprised about, because there's really good pitching in this league, is how many runs that were scored. So it also tells you what good offense there is. You know, I know there was a shutout now, but lots of runs scored by 3 of the 4 teams. We know that Harvard has the ability to score runs. And so I'm looking forward to tomorrow to see how everybody responds to this next challenge.
Well, the wind was blowing out. That certainly helped Columbia. A couple long balls for the Lions, 11 hits for Columbia, 7 runs on the board. Juju O'Brien got it going for the Lions early. Mads Lawson went the distance. A complete game shutout, and Columbia defeats Harvard 7-0. For our director, Mike Galeta, our fantastic ESPN Plus crew based here in Princeton, I'm Simon Rosenwasser saying so long. We will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. for Princeton and Columbia. All games airing on the ESPN family of networks are archived to the ESPN app. This has been a presentation of ESPN.